Welcome to another episode of Bushcraft and Camping Adventures. My name's Craig and today we're going to be exploring Airlie Gap. We're at Airlie Gap Campground. We're going to be making base here. There's going to be ruins, there's going to be rocks, and there's probably going to be a fair bit of rambling from me. So hold on tight, here we go. Just exploring the area, and there's a really unusual quality to this place. I can't quite place it. I can only assume it's because the masses of smaller stones could only have been the leftovers from the old houses that used to be here. It's very unique and really interesting. Like, the land has this odd slope to it. I can't explain it. That would be the home of the old funnel web. Not interesting. Great cutting tool. What is that? I wonder if this has something to do with the mining history. It could be an animal den. If you look closely, it's been chipped away. Look at the details on that wall there. This is some remnant of something. What a fascinating spot, man. Completely unique geology. Wow. So we're at about 4 o'clock now. And I'm not wanting to go exploring too much more. I want to set up base and relax and eat. I haven't eaten since 10 o'clock this morning. But behind me is where we're going to explore tomorrow morning. And what will probably be the second part of this. Let's have a closer look. Some stunning rock formations up there, and I look forward to exploring all of them. This place has my imagination going crazy, man, because you know people were here 100 years ago. You know it. You know they were here. It's not a question mark. People lived here 100 years ago and there's remnants of their houses. And so every corner you turn could be an old shelter, could be some kind of ruin of just something. I love it. I love this kind of stuff. I really hope I can find the actual ruins that this place is famous for. This is another area. I mean, just look at this. What a place. Just done the initial lap around the place and there's so much to see here. It's quite ridiculous, really. So we're actually on the side of an old town. The area through here is full of oil shale, and about 120 years ago it was mined quite prolifically. This whole area is actually very high in resources and is undermined the whole way through. In these areas here, up the hills, on these flats here, there used to be a township called Airlie Town. It's obviously gone now. There's the odd remnant, and you can see it as you walk on the mountains. On the slopes just up there. It's a really unusual kind of environment. It's not the usual, the way a mountain looks. There seems to be a lot of debris, you know, like small rocks like this that could have been used to make shelters. I even stumbled across an old chimney. It's about 100 years old. It definitely would have been attached to a dwelling of some description, and that was really, really cool to find that. I hope to find more ruins like that tomorrow and maybe even later on today. So the town's long gone now, obviously, but the remnants remain. And I guess what are we going to be doing here? Well, we're setting up the tent right here. We've got the pagodas in the background, absolutely gorgeous rock formations that really define this area. I'll throw in a couple of photos because you're not going to be able to see them properly. We're going to set up camp here for the night, and we are going to go exploring tomorrow morning. And we're basically just going to enjoy this area. About 20 kilometers from here is an old oil shale works, an actual industrial area that's now completely ruined as well, but it's absolutely awesome, the way it looks, the way it feels, and I'm working on something with that to hopefully be able to camp out in those ruins at a future date. So, Early Gap Campground, almost a 3-hour drive to get here, but at this point in time it looks well worth it. Stunning place. Spotted a lot of bird life here today already. I've spotted a kangaroo too. There's a lot of poop around, so there's going to be plenty of wildlife, I should assume. Now if you're new to this channel, there's plenty of quality content in the back pages, so by all means go back there and check it out. While you're checking out my back catalogue, I want to check out a few YouTubers that I can recommend that I don't think get enough love. Swan Valley, funny bloke, I think it's Scotland or somewhere. He has an accent, that's all I know. Funny bloke, good videos, enjoyable. I really like him. I'm going to have to keep my wits about me in this place. There's a few questionable holes in the ground, which normally means funnel web spiders. It's not funnel web season, so we should be okay, but I'll just keep my wits about me where I sit. I'm going to finish putting this up, and it'll be done shortly and you'll see. Oh. It's always a lovely moment in any trip when you get to sit down for the first time. Check this out. Talk about history of the area. An old boilerplate. I'll take it. Awesome. These are all over the place. I found 3 or 4 of them up there. I don't know if the boilers used to explode and they just went flying everywhere or what, I don't know. But remember, this used to be a township. I'd love to know where I'm sitting right now, man. Did someone's house used to be here? Was this a little play area? Was there a road right there? You can tell by the age of the trees. There's big old trees right there, so you know that was there 100 years ago, but all the trees in this area are fairly young. So you'd have to argue that this clearing was used for something. Anyway, I've got less than an hour of light left. I need to get cracking on some firewood. I need to build this fire right here. And then I can start kicking back. Can I just say that I have the most interesting and epic and appropriate album review for today. The band is like nothing you've ever seen before. I know I said that last week, and I was right. It's not really even metal. It's a whole other beast altogether. This is like something else. This is like you've gone back in a time machine, man, and nature's going to be singing at me. That's all I'm going to say. Could get quite scary. But I refuse to listen until the sun goes down and the fire's going. It's going to be creepy. It's going to be epic. Well, this is good. This is why you come out. Just you and the bird noises and the fresh air. I've got to get my shoes off. I've got to get my belt off. I've got to start getting comfortable. But let's build this fire pit first. Oh, happy day. The shoes are off. And I've been introduced to a term to describe my concept. NYZ Outdoors, cool guy, good channel. I'm going Ninja Turtle. He gave me a comment, oh, you're going Ninja Turtle, and I love it. So, comfort personified is now known as simply Ninja Turtle. Thanks, buddy. Good thinking. You want to hear something? This is without doubt the densest wood I've ever. Listen to that. It is as dense gets. Crazy. It was like soaring through a stone. So that's a whole other pile in itself. So there is plenty of wood. I don't even need as much as I've got. Oh yeah, and I've got that. Endless. I can literally use the word endless within its correct context. Beautiful. Tell you what, I've got to be honest with you. The drive up here, it probably is worth more than just an overnighter. It was about 3 hours. It was a long 3 hours. And the road to get up here, it's only about 1 kilometre long. But I get really nervous driving on questionable roads that you think you wish you had a four-wheel drive. I got a Volvo, man.
Bloody Volvo driver.
It's no good. But the drive up here, as long as it was, man, you drive through, the main area I normally inhabit is the Blue Mountains. And you drive through the mountains and then suddenly you just feel like you're in another world. The whole landscape opens up and you're just in these huge valleys with ravines just, you know, miles away, but just towering up over you. And it just feels like something else, man. It felt like I was in another world. Got nothing else to say. So regulars or people that know me know that I'm a school teacher, and we're in the last week of school for term 3, which means the traditional quarterly Maniacs visit to Wadigans is going to be on. These two fools, the Smurfs. So the boys are going to come out with me, so this will probably be a 2-part video, and then the boys will come out with me for the next video.
That's great.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
And that'll take us into the warmer months, and then I want to start hitting up maybe Jarvis Bay or some of the sort of Ngara, some of the places that have water holes where I can go for a swim. Might go back to my secret creek location because I really want to have a swim there one time. And then we're going to hit the Christmas holidays, and as you know guys, I live in Australia, so it's bloody hot in the Christmas holidays. Now there's going to be a delay though, because the missus is pregnant. So I'm going to try and probably get a whole bunch of videos in, and then, you know, the camp videos will probably dry up, you know, early 2019, because our little girl's on the way. Obviously I'll be bringing you videos to introduce you to her. Can't wait to have a little girl, but anyway. So when she comes along, obviously I won't be able to go out as regularly, I wouldn't imagine. So I'll either be doing multi-part videos, shorter videos maybe, just to space out the content. I don't know. But you know what? I think it's time for fire. I think it's time for some podcasts, some fire, and some food. PFF. Okay, so I seem to have left my ferro rod at home somewhere. I don't know where. So I'll be doing bird's nest method using my backup striker and some char cloth. So I picked up some dried fern, which I'll be using for the bird's nest. I've never used dried fern for a bird's nest, so we'll see how that goes. You can see this striker is a hunk of rubbish. Alright, we got there. You got there. Nice. I'm going to give up, I'll be honest. The sky's pinky purple. Alright, so the fire's on. Seen that. Probably a lot. It's time for food. Go on the esky today because I knew I wouldn't be going too far from the car. So there's a good range here. Popcorn, lollies, sugar-free, muesli bar, healthy cookie, healthy cake. I won't be eating all this. I just bought a big range. Chocolate, nuts, healthy brownie, nuts, kiwi, passion fruit, cheeses, blueberries, oil, patty, peas. Right, now, oh yeah, and the two main things. The cauli rice and a mushroom and garlic seasoning. That's dinner tonight. Oh, and eggs. Okay, so I'll be starting by putting this in there and making the gravy. Alright, I know you can't really see much. Bottom line, I'm going to try the food. Yeah, that's pretty average. Holy crap, I just had a near musical religious experience. Wow, man, that was an interesting album. I really like that. It's almost as if the people in the band aren't normal people doing the band thing, but they are just actually this thing that makes this music. Like, I feel like the music's very genuine. I don't know, man, I really enjoyed it. That was really different. I like it. Not much I can say about it. It's so hard to describe. It's very prehistoric, but powerful and kind of mystical in its feel. It's cool, man. So if anyone got to this part of the video and got this far, put down what you think about that music. So my favourite track is one called Krieg's Galdar. I'm sure you pronounce it differently than that. I think I might play a couple of tracks of that again. That was really good.